hang on. You can roll this one.
Yeah, that's...
Doubt it'll be an issue, but I have found...
Hey, okay. No, to not watch?
To not watch. Looks weird.
It does.
What's up?
Hey! Hey, everybody. Hello, and welcome to This Probably Doesn't Matter. I am Luke Atkinson. Sitting here with me is my good friend David Belmont.
How's it going today, guys?
So good. So good. We're happy to be coming to you today from lovely Wenatchee, Washington. Snowed in Wenatchee, Washington.
Snowpocalypse.
It's such a... I hate that.
No, hashtag snowpocalypse.
I just really hate it.
Luke just doesn't like hashtags.
I'm learning to use them for social media purposes. It seems like it should just be called winter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like every 4 years here in Wenatchee we get snow like this.
I remember this as a kid.
Yeah.
We probably have, 10 inches on the ground?
I mean, I have about 14, 15 in my house last time I checked, but yeah, not a lot of snow by Eastern Washington standards.
Yeah, I mean, it's a handful, but yeah, I'm getting absolutely killed because the four-wheel drive on our truck is not functioning correctly, and so what should be a great handling winter vehicle is just sliding around, really out of commission.
Isn't it kind of hilarious how four-wheel drive's totally useless if one thing stops working?
Right, like the other two wheels.
Yeah, I mean,
are really killing me right now.
Go cars.
Yeah, go cars, trucks, SUVs. I don't know enough about them to really be...
Yeah, you know more than I do. I mean, I know how to take my car to an oil place.
Yeah, I'm certainly not a car guy.
No,
I'll tell you that. I mean, yeah, I like them.
I mean, what do you like about cars?
Well, I like the fact that a good truck will get you anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is exactly what mine's not doing right now. So
I guess we can't really disagree or debate on that. We both like cars that function.
Totally. And someday I would love to have like a cool American Muscle, that sort of thing. That'd be a ton of fun. It'd be a Luke's Rich thing, and I had several other vehicles already.
Oh yeah,
because I'm not like a fast in general. I mean, you look at me. I'm not.
Yeah.
Obviously, really built for speed anyway. So.
Well, you used to be.
Yeah, I used to run. That's sad.
Well, we always could.
That is super sad. Okay. What are we? Tuesday.
2 days till Valentine's Day.
A couple days before Valentine's Day.
I think in a podcast, I don't know if it aired yet or whatever. We do these out of order sometimes, but your wife was dropping a lot of hints.
Oh, yeah. That's great. I'm glad you were there because I was drinking.
Well, this wasn't scheduled for a Tuesday.
No, that's right. We almost scheduled this podcast for Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, February 14th, and two married men scheduled to get together and play sound bites.
Yeah. Well, it's always fun to sit in front of technology. Really, ladies and gentlemen, we do this for us, and we're glad that you're here. But
thanks for joining us, as always.
This is
putting up with us.
This is more fun for us than it is for you, I guarantee.
It's a blast.
Okay, so what did she want? You could just give me the short list?
So specifically what she talked about, she brought it up 4 times, if I remember correctly. She didn't say what she wanted. So that's pretty dangerous. But she did bring it up a lot. So you were supposed to...
just remember... Okay, I'll write down remember.
No. That's a trap. You actually have to know what she wants without her telling you.
Valentine's... That's apostrophe S. Remember Valentine's Day.
Yeah, like St. Valentine's Massacre.
Okay, I got a note.
Yep. You should probably watch Game of Thrones.
Have you seen the company online that lets you take a mold of your butthole?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
And, no, I know. And you can send your partner chocolate anuses.
I can tell you right now, my wife would not enjoy that.
I'm just saying that it's a real thing. You just take a little cast. I don't know how you get it.
So like spread the cheeks.
I mean, yeah,
impression
there's gotta
of
be
the butthole, or just like chocolate butts.
Oh no! It's the starfish.
Pucker up, the starfish in the back.
It's the anus hole.
Are they fruit flavored? Like, can you get them like fruit filled?
This is immediately devolving. 4.5 minutes in. Hey guys, I'm gonna let you in on a little inside baseball. We've passed over several of these podcasts to be the first one that airs because it's just gotten A little bit too ridiculous, too quick.
Like talking about Asian dicks for 15 minutes?
Yeah, the various different things. I'm going to have to just post one of these as the first podcast. So
I think you should post them all.
It's
us.
Just release them all at once.
No, not all. I mean, well, I'm sure.
Yeah, may as well.
The whole idea of this is it's us.
Okay.
It's the human condition, and we want to share it with you.
And I didn't start the company. I'm just don't shoot the messenger. I'm passing along. You can send your loved one. What? That makes it sound more like brothers, sisters, parents, huh? You can send
Well, you could send them to them too.
You can send your partner a chocolate anus. So.
Okay, yeah, I definitely thought you were talking about the other one, but that.
I mean, yeah, there's other moldable.
That's definitely different.
Maybe a chocolate wiener would be better. I don't. Yeah. Anyway,
I still feel like it has to be like nougat filled.
I don't know the name of the company, so I cannot plug them. But I'm guessing a quick Google search probably would point it out fairly easily.
Well, we'll just keep talking, and I'll figure it out.
It's always it's a scary. Sometimes you get these search terms. I would be pretty nervous about Googling that specific.
I'm being really brave. I'm not even in incognito.
Okay, just going for it.
Just...
Yeah, I will. I'm probably going like a flowers route.
Flowers are always good. Does your wife have a favorite flower?
Yeah, and I think I know it. I think it's dahlias.
Oh,
She'll probably listen to this, and I
don't know
will.
My wife's favorite flower is purple.
Oh, well, that's a different flower also. Yeah, so we are going to the weekly open mic on Thursday.
That'll be good.
I don't.
For those of you who don't know, it's at the radar station at 6. 6.
Sign-ups at 7. Show starts at 8.
Sign-ups at 7. Show starts at 8.
It's
radar station, Wenatchee, Washington. Ron's a great guy.
No idea if I'm going to go on stage. I have a bad habit of not writing anything until usually the day of, so...
I mean, you can't be worse than me. I gave 6.5 minutes set up for a single one-liner.
Yeah, that is something to do if you want to.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Really
For $38.95, including shipping, it's a 4-day turnaround time from whenever they receive your mold. So they send you a mold kit. You send it back in 4 days from there. And by the way, the website is edibleanus.com.
Right. Hey, free plug, Edible Anus, to our 3 listeners.
Except now you have to tag it.
They're gonna consider, okay, and that's at
Do it.
That's at 7:40. So that's actually been a long conversation. Hey, shout out to Edible Anus. If you wanna have us keep plugging these, this has got to be the only time of year they really do any business, though.
Christmas, pretty much any holiday when you think about it.
What is the Edible Anus holiday? What is the preferred? I mean, it's got to be
Valentine's
Valentine's
Valentine's Day has to be their biggest one, but right, like you've been single on a holiday.
Yeah.
Send one to yourself.
I guess. I wonder if anyone has.
I don't know. We probably should. Just
It would be
someone has.
It would be kind of fun to just have them in a bowl on a table at like a family gathering.
Oh no, it's a full mold. They scale it down, so it is butt cheeks spread and everything. It's your whole back end.
So it's not like a small candy.
No.
Oh, I was thinking it was.
No,
just
it's like a mold of your butt, and you can spread your cheeks when you take the mold. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big piece of chocolate.
Well, they scale it down. They're about 2 inches across.
Okay.
They scale.
How many do they send you?
Just one
in a package. Well, we need to get a hold of them and get a deal going.
For a life-size one?
I don't need the life size. I need candy dish size, so I can throw 30 of them out at a party.
Okay, and just see who eats one.
Watch people munch through.
I mean, it is the first course of the meal.
That would be a good time. Good. Anyway, where was I? Shout out to Edible Anus. If you want to come up with a deal, I will plug that every podcast all year long. That's a fantastic business venture.
But you have to send us one full-sized one.
And one full size. I really respect that kind of ingenuity.
Yeah, I mean, it's the American dream, small business.
Perfect. Speaking of small business, Elon Musk.
What do you do now?
He doesn't run a small business. Apparently
started as one.
Yeah, everything I guess does at one point.
Yeah. But yeah.
I guess that Tesla that he sent on up
Mm-hmm.
is possibly on a trajectory to hit Earth, and it's something about it's. I'm not a math guy, but it's going out right now, and it's like when the Earth comes back around. I guess there's let me just
I mean,
actually.
wouldn't that just burn up in the atmosphere?
I don't know if I mean, it's a Tesla. That's a pretty solid piece of steel. I don't know. How big does a meteor have to be to get through?
I actually don't know. I mean, so if you think about it, like heat shields and stuff off the Apollo missions, it's some pretty big ass heat shields that came off those things, and none of those like wreaked havoc on cities or anything. But maybe they just crashed down in the ocean. I don't actually know.
Here's what I got. This is from Tuesday.
Isn't that today?
And that doesn't seem right because I read it the other day. Maybe it was updated today.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take your cookies. I don't care. Let me just read your article.
But not their chocolates.
I don't want anyone's chocolates, actually, ever again. Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster and its Starman pilot risk crashing into Earth, astronomers have warned, as the SpaceX mission marks its first anniversary.
Has it really been a year already?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
According to orbital dynamics experts,
while you're reading
there's
that,
a significant possibility.
oh, significant.
And it's crashing into
means
Earth
over
or
14%.
Venus. Yeah, and if that's a pretty big window between Earth and Venus.
Yeah, that's like saying like it. Well, that's like saying it might hit Earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's like saying you might get a date for Valentine's Day if you don't have one yet.
But you probably won't.
Brutal.
So,
yeah.
Sorry, on the space note, so was it Mars Incorporated or whatever, the company that was selling one-way trips to Mars?
Oh,
they just went bankrupt.
You're gonna have to fill me in on it.
So-
Were they for real?
They were for real. They were a legit company. So I mean, they like to think that they were competitors with Elon Musk.
Did they have
Bezos.
the means?
I don't actually know how much money they had on hand, but it was in the millions.
Okay.
I don't have an exact figure for you, but they were. I mean, their goal was they were going to piggyback on some of the work that Musk and Bezos are doing as far as rocketry is concerned, and they were going to try to beat them for the first colony on Mars.
One-way ticket.
One-way ticket. Which,
Yeah.
hey, if you're alone on Valentine's Day,
I guess that's a decent option.
the new frontier.
Go die in space.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yeah. That's
Well, I mean, I guess guys have been in space.
to Mars. I love
To
it.
Mars.
I love it.
But they went bankrupt. So, I mean, I guess that just kind of says that no one on Earth is willing to take a one-way trip
And
into
were
space.
they selling it? It seems like you should get paid.
Well, their goal was they didn't quite have the funding they wanted. This is just my understanding, so I might be totally wrong here.
Okay.
But they didn't quite have the funding that they wanted. So they were going to start pre-selling tickets. So they spent a bunch of money on setting up how to pre-sell tickets. And I don't actually know if they sold any, but I have to imagine they probably didn't. They cost quite a bit, I'd guess.
So you have to pay to die,
Yeah, you have to pay to die.
which is great. I'm sure plenty of takers on that, but
Well, it's one of those businesses that you're like, how in the world do they stay in business? Which they didn't. So that's how.
yeah, I as a business model, I'm into the chocolates more than the pay to die on Mars.
True. I mean, it's one of those like the other business. Sorry, just total semi non sequitur here, but
Okay.
I ate at a place in town. Oh, what's the name of it? It's really good burgers.
Okay.
Checkers.
Oh yeah.
Checkers. It's your classic like drive through mom and pop.
If you can catch them while they're open,
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like you always wonder like how in the world do they stay in business?
they must own the lot free and clear.
They must. That has to be part of it. But I mean, you go in. Their burgers are really good. They're a little overpriced, but they are excellent burgers. But it's how in the world do they stay in business? I have never once seen a customer there, other than myself.
I've only been in there once.
I've been in there like 5 or 6 times.
And there are times where I've driven by and probably would have indulged in a tasty burger. However, they really aren't ever open. So.
True, and it's a pain in the butt to take a left out of there.
Yeah,
back
small
onto
town
Wenatchee Ave.
problems. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can entirely avoid a business in this town for years because the left-hand turn is inconvenient.
Oh yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of double yellows around here.
And now they're putting medians in to keep us from breaking the law.
Yep. Well, it has gotten out of hand in some spots. Great, David. What do you have?
Well, so I actually thought this was kind of funny because we're sitting here and we're spinning our wheels. Like, we kind of just chit chat. This is what Luke and I do. Just talk about nothing forever. But I was looking up ideas and topics for this blog, whatever I'm trying to say,
Yeah,
podcast.
the
I can
thing.
talk, the thing. And I came across this site called 225 Ideas for Your Speech Writing Project.
Okay.
And I thought that was kind of sad. I mean, what does that say about society? That we have to have a website to give us ideas of what we want to talk about. And maybe this is just coming from me. Like, I'm an extrovert. Luke's a little bit more of an introvert. Like,
And-
would you look up? Would you go online and look up things to
Unless
talk
you've
about?
seen me drinking. If you've seen me drinking,
Well-
I am not an introvert. But it is a required social lubricant for me. If I have talked to you in public,
He was probably drunk.
there's a good chance. I don't know if I want to go all the way to the drunk, but I probably had greased the gears a little bit if we have spoken in a public place. Yeah, that's something.
I mean, it's just like I'm thinking back to school, right? Like, the teachers were always like, "All right, we're going to teach you how to express your voice and be yourself, and here's the list of subjects you can talk about."
Right. Yeah, that's great. I feel like it maybe represents some lack of passion that you wouldn't have a subject that you are just itching to speak with someone about.
Well, I feel like I had passions when I was in high school. I mean, I'm sounding like an old guy here, but I mean,
It's been a while.
it has, yeah, 11 years,
10.
10.
So
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's strange. It befuddles me to realizing, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't befuddle me because there have been times in my life where I didn't have any goals or passions. I was just existing.
sure.
And I guess you would probably get frowned upon, like, when you're in high school and you write a paper on how bad you want to get laid.
Yeah, there should be a lot more of that paper written specifically because you think about the goal of most high school boys. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
I'll actually back this up. The first person to send Luke a paper of like a high school opinion piece on wanting to get laid, I will supply, this probably doesn't matter anyways, with enough money to send you a $25 Amazon gift card.
Great. Yeah, or we'll hook you up with a t-shirt. Check on the website. I'm sure there'll be some t-shirts there eventually.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, what's the website at again?
oh, hey,
We haven't plugged yet.
great transition to plug. You are listening to the This Probably Doesn't Matter podcast. Of course, the website is thisprobablydoesn'tmatter.com.
.com.
All social media is going to be This Probably Doesn't Matter. That's going to take care of Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube. Really, you can get to all this from the website, and then just for character restriction reasons, of course, it's Twitter that is at Probably Doesn't, because they
Well, you
restrict
do have a really long name.
their characters. Yeah, I know it's brutal, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm gonna pledge to you that I'm gonna make it worth it. If you type in this probably doesn't matter.com, it'll take you to all the other stuff there. The podcast is gonna be there every week, and we're gonna have a lot of live stuff. I'm gonna bring as much comedy to the Valley as I can, starting on the continued plug here, March 22nd, the West Siders Comedy Showcase. I have 3 comedians
Woo.
from
And
Seattle.
tickets are available at the website.
Tickets are available at the website. It's a fancy little PayPal button. Enter your info. Name's going to go onto a list. We will greet you with someone's smiling face.
I
at the
might
door.
even be wearing clothes.
Yeah. So that'll be a great time. Perfect.
Yeah. No, that was a great transition.
Hey, speaking of transitions, I would like to take you now to the lightning round. David, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Talk on the phone or send a text message.
Phone.
Wheat or sourdough bread?
Sourdough.
All right. Smell of fresh cut grass or gasoline?
Diesel.
Okay. That's really not in there. Would you ever reheat fast food?
Hell yes.
All right. Power of flight or power of invisibility?
Invisibility.
Thank you for playing the lightning round.
And we don't have a guest right now, so I think you're going to get these same questions here.
Oh.
All right. I don't know how to play the buzzer thing, so you're not going to get it, but I'm just going to give you one here. Would you rather live off salad for the rest of your life or eat a chocolate butthole?
Oh, well, chocolate butthole. Just once. And it actually doesn't matter whose butthole. Chocolate casted it is. I would eat Danny DeVito's chocolate casted butthole, and that's I'm not eating salad for the rest of my life. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I think he would die.
From Danny DeVito's butthole?
Real or chocolate?
Chocolate. I think
No.
you'd die if you ate nothing but chocolate for the rest of your life.
Also, well, was that how the question was? Was
Oh.
only chocolate?
Yeah, I didn't phrase that very well.
Oh, I thought I just had to eat one chocolate.
This is why Luke does improv and not me.
I'm eating one chocolate.
No. For the rest of your life.
Oh.
One person's molded anus. Sorry,
Okay,
I really
so
wanted to
that-
bring it back here.
That it begs the question on what would you live longer eating
Salad.
exclusively?
Salad.
It's like water.
No. I didn't say just lettuce. Salad. You can have all sorts of stuff in salad. You can have chicken.
Oh, there could be meat on the
Oh
salad.
yeah, we could have a Caesar. I could
Okay,
live
well-
off Caesar salads. I mean, I wouldn't be super happy, but I probably could.
For the sake of self-preservation, then, I would change the answer, but...
I had a salad at a Chili's once that had steak on it.
Okay.
I'm super classy, by the way.
I've never eaten it at Chili's.
I mean, it's kind of like an Applebee's,
Yeah,
but it's a Chili's.
right. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever even seen a Chili's.
It's like Oklahoma.
It's kind of like a unicorn
I
in
think
the
they're
wild.
in Colorado. Are there any in Washington? There might be some on the west side.
I have no idea.
I ate at Chili's once in Oklahoma.
I have a lot of those kind of famous chains that I have not eaten at.
Chick-fil-A,
Is fantastic.
McDonald's.
Okay, well, let's not get carried away, but Chili's is on the list.
In-N-Out. Get an In-N-Out burger.
And I don't think I've ever eaten Red Lobster.
Cheesy biscuits.
Yes, I hear
Delicious.
it's a thing.
No, like Red Lobster is from about my 2020 to 25. Like that was the primo spot to go on a date
Oh, well,
because it's like classy,
there are just a lot of lucky ladies out there
but
that
it's
you've
not.
taken
But
out.
it's not as gassy as Olive Garden.
I see. Oh, the Olive Garden. Classic, real Italian food. I
Oh.
mean, you could not get more authentic.
No comment.
That steak gorgonzola, though, at the Olive Garden is actually...
I have an aunt-in-law who's an actual Italian, so I'm literally not legally allowed to comment on that. But I do enjoy Olive Garden.
That's fantastic. Well, hey, is that a 2 or a 7?
That is a 2. I don't think we've been talking for
great
70
news.
minutes.
No, I knew that. I was looking the other way. You got anything else? What else do you have?
You know, really, I talked about burger joints and speech ideas.
Okay. I have a bourbon fest in Covington, Kentucky, October 4th through 5th, which I think would be an absolute goldmine in almost every sense.
So how does it last an hour and a half until everyone's just plastered drunk?
I think it would be one of the most incredible places to walk around with a video camera, snag some interviews.
So do you think people are drunk, or is it the like snobby types who actually appreciate the taste?
You know, I am about to throw out a down south stereotype and say everyone has to just be hammered the whole time. But I don't know.
Kentucky, you said? It's in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
There is the Southern gentleman also who might really enjoy a nice highball of a classy whiskey and just drink one of them. I
drink Fred Meyer whiskey, so...
Which is awesome. That's fantastic.
Hey, here's another plug. Fred Meyer Prestige Whiskey half gallon is $11.99 a half gallon.
Wow.
Like, that can't beat that. And
Well-
after 4 or 5 glasses, you don't notice the difference.
How are the poops the next day?
Fine.
Okay.
They happen.
Well, of course they happen. Plug on some awesome poops. There is Keystone Light. We'll
It's a
take
very
it.
butt-themed
Yeah,
podcast.
I know. Let's
Like,
do-
you brought up both of those, actually.
We're just two dudes talking. Those are both, okay, legitimate business and legitimate question on $11 whiskey.
EdibleAnus.com.
Oh, love it. Still want that sponsorship. I'll tell you what else I had. Apparently, no, that's Tesla again. Bill Cosby's spokesperson.
I thought he was in jail.
He is.
Okay.
He has a spokesperson. Let me get this full headline pulled up.
I feel like that's a whole different world to be in jail and still have a spokesperson.
This is a CNN article. Bill Cosby's spokesperson says the comedian thinks prison is a, quote, amazing experience. Which, I haven't read this article, but I read that headline. And I feel like we're totally missing the point. Oh, I like this. Bill Cosby's wife has not yet visited him in prison, and that's just how Cosby prefers it. So
What's the source on that? I
this
like
is
this
a
writer.
CNN article.
Oh, that's
dude.
right. You said CNN.
Um,
I might have to start reading CNN.
he's mentally strong. He's just a strong man. We have that in there. Cosby is living largely separated from other inmates.
Does he have someone like eat his food? And if they pass out,
I don't know. He has some helpers that help him get around because of his vision problems. He does not eat with other residents.
Well, right
does
there.
not have a cellmate. Does not exercise with other residents.
So I
He's
love the
just
way
in
they say that.
timeout.
Sorry, I want to pause on that real quick.
Yeah.
He does not exercise with other patients.
Well, they're not
Does that mean?
patients.
Does that
they're
or
residents?
Residents. Sorry. Does that mean
He's a
that?
patient, though.
Does that mean that he doesn't exercise with them, or he doesn't exercise? Because I've always wondered about that, right? Like you see in the movies all the time, the guy comes out of prison and he's just totally jacked.
Right. I think it comes down to if you're not, you wasted your time in prison.
Because like I honestly would just play a lot of cards.
There's that. I know someone who actually just got out of prison. I was discussing his time, and I hate to say this, and I don't mean to belittle anyone, but from the description I got, as long as you stay out of trouble, don't become a statistic as far as male on male sexual violence, it really sounds like a cakewalk.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and like prison versus jail are two totally different things too. I think a lot of people forget that.
Yes. I'll tell you, jail is just about the most boring experience in the world. That's 24. It's 23-1.
Because I heard you guys have like 9 Xboxes apiece and eat pizza.
Oh, in county?
Yeah.
I would love to go to that. I mean, I don't want to go back to jail for any reason, and we'll get into those stories maybe someday later on.
Someday.
But yeah, no, counties just lock up. You want, if you have real time to do, I think most people would tell you that you want to go to prison, you want to get classified at a very low level, sent to a facility with similar people, and then it's
Do your time.
when it's playing cards and watching football is kind of what I heard.
Go sports ball.
Food's not real great.
Food's not great anywhere.
So
I've honestly heard the military described as prison with guns.
yeah, well, further comment on that maybe on a later
You know, you always have to wonder, like,
Later
do your
episode.
parents listen to this? Do you think they will?
I have no idea.
My dad's going to listen to one. I'll give him one.
Up until the Valentine's Day plug. That's great. Hey,
Actually, my dad would probably make it through that just fine.
okay.
Like, you know, he's in his 60s, I think. How old are our parents?
In their 60s.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Belmont, I won't first name him here. Mr. Belmont, if you are this far into this podcast, I can't tell you how much I
Love you, Dad.
appreciate that.
One of the thing that I appreciated most about my dad when I was growing up, though, was he never had, at least not to my recollection, the generational know-it-all.
Oh, that is nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we've talked about a bunch of different stuff. We have some weird topics on this podcast from time to time, but the classic, well, back in my day,
Yeah.
which is hilarious because my wife accuses me of that all the time.
You're already back in my day-ing.
Like she tells me I'm an old white guy,
No. Well,
which I don't know. Like, what do you think about that? Roast me here.
I don't actually. I think I'm going to refrain from comment on that. I would love to speak further on that at some point when I can gather my thoughts.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. I kind of surprised you with that.
Very much raised by white folks, so it's
Yes,
not really
I am.
that surprising.
I can do 2 accents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can do a really bad Southern drawl where it's just like a classic movie thing where you never quite know what's going on, but you just keep going on and on and on,
Great.
droning and toning.
Yep, that's a thing.
And then I can do a somewhat cultured British accent, which I can carry on for quite some time, depending on the situation.
Now, and do you have any training on that, or is that all just, you're just making those up from movies?
No, I got really desperate to get laid when I was in my early 20s.
Okay. I would defer to the British one on that.
Yeah, definitely worked better.
Some people maybe are into the Southern drawl thing.
Not from a Korean guy.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is
They're
an
more just like,
interesting,
what a novelty.
It surely is.
You know, I will have you notice here that so the lovely Katie Atkinson joins us from time to time on these.
she's
Our
not with us this
conversations are a little bit different
without Katie here.
Without Katie.
Yeah.
Not in a bad or a good way, just different.
I always appreciate my wife's interjections. We're missing her this evening. And this is terrible to do near the conclusion of the podcast. Ultimately, the goal with this podcast is to have these stupid conversations, of course, but we certainly want to bring in interesting guests, have meaningful interview, along with stupid banter. I'd love to continue to merge the two.
Absolutely.
David will be back talking his business at certain points.
Probably. I mean, do you put a call? I mean, like, I'm going to put a call out for you. If you've ever purchased a chocolate mold of Uranus, we'd love to have you as a guest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We'll bury that in there.
Keep the theme going.
We'll bury that in there near the end. You got anything to plug?
Not really at the moment.
Okay. We'll.
I always love getting to run my app.
Perfect. We're gonna leave it right there, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
And just remember, as always, this probably doesn't matter.
.com.
Boom.